just chatting to him. He's just chatting to him on the bench.
I wonder if I'll get away with it. No. You man are deep in it. He was going to bring on Salah, yeah?
Look how much space is on the right-hand side, you man. What is this?
Oh, my.
This is a
they're trying to get him sacked.
I'm done, bruv. I've got kids, bruv. It's a Friday. Why am I doing this? I'm done. Bye, man. I listen.
By the way, just let you know.
Brother, oh my goodness. No, man. He's looking right across the line. Dimwit, bro. Oh my God.
I'm sick to death of having to explain why Chelsea are good. We're second in the table. We bought PSG off the park. We bought Barcelona off the park. It's time to acknowledge that this ain't the same Chelsea from the banter era. This is a better Chelsea squad that will turn up for anybody that steps up. And this is why I've maintained the fact that I believe this team can go the distance in the title race, because this league is rubbed out. It's been shit for years. The problem is we've been on a rebuild during that point. But now this is our best opportunity to take advantage of that. The fact that the table toppers couldn't kill us, and meant to be mentality monsters, meant to be 90-minute merchants, all of that, they didn't have anything for us. 10 men or 11 men. That might be a bit more of a statement for us than for them.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another stream, ladies and gentlemen. A-Listers episode 135 is in the building. Flawless, it's a black screen, your camera. Big up to all of you guys. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Every single one of you, please like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The link is in the pinned comment. The reason why we're late is obviously, as you see, none of us on the top row because we're all here. Lewis joined and then he dipped. I don't know where Jay is, and Vater is on the way. So yeah, big up to you guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And for once, hi Lewis. For once, let's actually start.
Fuck you about hi, prick.
Wow, that's just unnecessarily aggressive right there.
Yeah, you prick. Fuck off.
Completely unnecessary. Why are you so angry, dude? Just so unnecessary.
The intro, I was trying to sort my mic out. Well, it was about time I made on there.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
Vader Games.
Big celebrity now turns up 20 minutes late. I remember Vader when I first worked with him. He used to be so humble, so much humble energy. He used to be there on time. And he used to go like, you know, are you joining us, Hussam? You know, this is a pleasure and an honor to join the channel. Now he turns up 20 minutes late, you know. God knows what he was doing up there in Canada, probably riding a moose, just parking it outside his house as he feeds it a maple syrup bottle. Anyway, big up to you guys. Big up to everyone locked in. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I want to start by talking about my club first for once, because we never speak about Liverpool. Fabrizio Romano bomba today. Barcola gives final green light to Liverpool Football Club. Seems like Barcola will choose Liverpool. So obviously there's the link from the Independent linking Arsenal to Julian Alvarez, Barcola and Ndiaye. So that Independent article was actually true because it mentioned that Bradley Barcola is way further in his talks with Liverpool than with Arsenal. So it seems like Barcola has made up his mind. So I think he's going to join us. Now I think this is one of the transfers that will happen. Dayo, I'll come to you first. Tell me your thoughts on Bradley Barcola to Liverpool.
You should not be excited about it. Why are you excited about Bradley Barcola?
He's not here yet.
I don't know why you're excited about it. Like, what are you?
So pay.
Yeah, of course. Look, let me just say this right.
He's actually here now, and you've already indirected him. It's crazy.
Yeah. What are you excited about? Yeah, your club is linked to Bradley Barcola for. Why should you be excited? And
good. You got the memo finally. Finally, you got the memo.
Let's talk about Bradley Barcola. Bradley Barcola, I think, in the grand scheme of players that are available right now, is I would say, in what is available. This is what I'm saying. The talents that are available, that are known, that we can see, that are famous in that sense. He's one of the better ones, right? And I think Liverpool would do right to get him because he will definitely upgrade what you have on the left with Gakpo. Definitely a better upgrade than Gakpo.
On the left.
Sorry, Dayo. Did you like Barcola as a player? Do you think he's good?
I just told you what I think about him. I said of all the players that play on the wings, he's one of the better ones. Like the wings, the players in the right now all suck. A lot of them all suck.
I understand.
So he's still one of the better ones when it comes.
Let Dayo continue. No, JJ, let Dayo continue, please. Let him continue, please. He's talking about Barcola.
I think Barcola is still one of the better ones. I think he's better than what you
menaces.
I think he's better than what you guys have right now. And so yeah, I think Barcola will do well for you guys to get him and get him in real quick before somebody else decides, or before he decides, PSG decides, okay, let's give him a new contract or something silly. So the earlier you guys get it done, the better. He's one of the better ones right out there right now. At least when it comes to somebody who has played in the Champions League, has the experience for his age, has played against big teams, has scored. Yes, agreed. His finishing may not be the 100% that everybody expects it to be, but Barcola is no crap player. So I think that you guys, again, if they didn't get someone like Kvaratskhelia coming to PSG, you probably have more playing time. But that's what a big club does. You bring a better player than what you have, but that doesn't make Barcola.
He might be the best left winger amongst our panel. Do you think?
Yeah, I agree.
Again,
absolutely.
Again, he would have to come and prove that. If you're talking about right now,
excluding United, what's happening over it?
United, Barcola has definitely been better than Cunha as a left winger.
No, he
I just don't want.
By the way, Flawless should know this. I rate Cunha really high.
I can't wait for this deal to come through, man. I can't wait for this.
United previews.
I can't wait for
who would you take?
I can't wait for this. I can't wait for this Barcola deal to happen, man. I can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait either.
Yeah. It's gonna be so good to watch this.
It's dragged on for the whole summer. But it's more realistic than Vinny's Arsenal ever was, right, Hassan?
This is Garnacho to Chelsea all over it and all over
it. You guys shit starting on that.
We're thick because it's been approved on all levels, right?
No, has the excitement level been approved on all levels?
When people choose to know reason and understand what someone is saying, but choose to run with their own merit of what they have thought in their head and make assumptions, making an ass out of you and me, carry on.
Okay, in that instance, can we deal with this then? Because I feel like I want to deal with this. I was gonna let it pass, but I actually now want to deal with this. So obviously, Dayo, since the last time this show was on,
like and subscribe.
Obviously, Vinny didn't go to Arsenal.
You did,
And I want to look back, and there's a thing that someone said on the internet.
Let's look.
Just because you're getting cooked doesn't mean that you're wrong. And I read the comments sometimes from the shows, and I was very disappointed to see a lack of critical thinking from our subscribers. Because the thing about me is people misconstrue that they think I want to be right. No, I want you to understand why I think I'm right. Yeah, so I'm going to give you my logic system and how I came to that answer. I don't think you have to agree with me, but I'm like, if you follow the logic, it's difficult to not agree with me. Stay with me? Let's go. Whoa, Dayo. Because when
that's beautiful. I'm gonna take that, man.
Did that tweet,
brilliant.
I said categorically, I don't like the language he used. I don't like the positioning. I also said a cynical person would say it came out just after Rodgers. If we wanted to critically assess it, what if Aston Villa never said that 80 million wasn't enough? Arsenal would have bought Rodgers. So what would have happened to Vinny then? How would that have worked?
They would have gotten both. They would have gotten both.
Wait, so you mean Vinny wasn't the number 2 winger choice with Rodgers number 1?
No, I'm not fit. Dayo,
let him finish, but then Jay, don't interrupt him either, okay?
At no point is this the moment for you to interject yourself.
Finish. I just have to finish.
I'm not like, and I want to just caveat this. I just want to caveat this, but like, I rate Arsenal. I think Arsenal are the favorites for the title. I think Guimaraes is a great signing and improves the team because of the limitations of Zubimendi, which I mentioned last week. Go and watch last week's show again. But the point remains that with this, a cynical person would say that the Vinny news came out after Arsenal lost out on Rodgers, but it didn't make that much logical sense per se. So I looked at it from a critical assessment point of view and said, this would be the biggest deal that Arsenal have ever done, off the back of another player being their first choice target, on the back of them already signing a left winger in Solis. I'm not sure about this. Let's see how this plays out. Now, because of that fact, I was said to be a hater. I was said to be salty. But no, I was just basically saying, listen, this it doesn't logically resonate that Arsenal are going to be able to get this deal done. Let's see what happened. I don't actually think it's that bad, but at the end of the day, you got rejected by the player. Now, I'm not here to take the piss out of Arsenal and say, ha, 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 you got rejected. But I would not be doing a victory parade or proud of my club for being rejected by a player. And at the end of the day, Dayo, I'm not moving forward going to try and regulate your dopamine. I tried. I failed.
Are you done?
The comment section was very salty with me. So I'm gonna leave this, and I'm not even gonna say I was right or anything like that. I'm gonna say it is what it is, and hopefully in future people see my comments for being more than just a salty.
Are you done, Jay?
Thank you.
So let me give you my response, because again, if you understood what I said I was happy about, you would not have gone on that whole rigmarole that you said. I said, the first thing I said when Hussama asked me, what do you think about Vinny? My statement was, go watch the stream again. Because I went back and watched what I said. The video said, I said, if it happens, it happens. I even said, I think Vinny stays at Madrid. But what is making me happy is that for once, internally in my club, I am seeing that we are positioning ourselves from top to bottom, choosing to do something together. That is what I'm happy about. That the club is being run like a club that knows what it's doing. I did not say I'm excited. You can swap Vinny with any player, even if it's one small player, even if it's an academy player. I'm happy that Arsenal is agreeing from top to bottom. For example, we lost the Jeremy Monga deal. Right? Somebody inside the hierarchy said, no, we're not doing this deal. And so we lost a talent. We've lost players like that because somebody within the club. I like the fact that for once it's been reported that my ownership, my management, my commercial department, my every manager, backroom staff, everybody has agreed that this is a viable thing for us. And as a club, I'm happy that my club thinks that way. You can plug in any player you want to plug in into that Vinny position. I wasn't particular about Vinny. Go back and watch the stream. I said, I think Vinny stays at Madrid. I quoted that clearly from my mouth. I said, if it happens, it happens. Vinny is a player that I'll be happy if he comes to my club, but I think it's a difficult deal to do. So for you to then say everything you said after I explained that, it means you were listening to respond. You're not listening to understand.
Also, Jay, can I just say one thing, Jay, please? You know, they people like pretend that I defend Arsenal. I don't. Explain
all
why,
right, mate.
Explain why.
All right, man.
But 1 second,
bro, we seen your video when the bomber dropped and you were celebrating.
No, I wasn't celebrating. I was like, I hope they don't get him.
You were laughing, you were smiling, you were excited, bro.
No, I was not. If they signed Vinicius, league's done. I said league's done. I said it's not. I'll play the video right now. Don't lie and say I was excited.
Play the video.
I'll play the video right now. I definitely wasn't excited. But that's not the point. People say I defend Arsenal or whatever. I'm going to ask Jay an intellectual question since he likes intellectual questions. How comes even Flawless agreed with Dayo's approach? Explain it to me.
Like I said, I'm not. You can have different opinions about stuff. Maybe I'm.
But Flawless hates Arsenal when he still even agrees.
Maybe everyone has different viewpoints. Maybe I view things through the lens of Tottenham have been hijacked before, and I don't get excited until a certain point of a transfer. I don't get excited until a certain.
But you're not answering the question, Jay.
I'm
to be fair, Dayo answered your question straight up.
I've explained.
Can you answer it, please?
Well, no, I've explained to you why I had the opinion about the link in the first. Did I say anything about Bruno Guimaraes? No. I was like, that's going to be a good signing.
Oh, no, you did. You did say once.
Yeah, but Dayo didn't say we're gonna give Vinicius the number 7 and blah. Like Dayo didn't say anything. The problem is you're suppressing a natural human reaction.
No, I'm not. No.
If we got a bomba tomorrow that Liverpool are linked to Kvara, I'm gonna get excited. Even if it's just an exploration, I'm gonna be happy.
But your level, what makes you happy in a transfer link is lower than what makes me happy. So
even the first transfer link makes
me
us
get
happy.
Excited by we like this player. I wouldn't get excited by that. That's just me. I'm just saying
that's a complete lie. You both know that's
hold on, Hossam.
Okay, so Jay, if you're sat there at home and you get a notification, Ornstein, Spurs are exploring signing Dembele, you're telling me you're going to sit there and go like,
I'd be like,
what's the approach now? You're going to be happy.
I'd be like, this is a good link. I'm not like I wouldn't then say I'm glad my club are targeting Dembele.
But again,
all right, cool, this is a good link. Let's
this is generous. He's gonna see Dembele linked to his club and he's gonna say good link. Buddy.
Bro, listen,
we both know that's a lie.
No,
we both know that's a lie.
Like, listen,
and
I don't want to defend Arsenal. I don't want us to go too much on this topic. I'm sure the chat are bored by it. But I'm just trying to say to you, my level, like Dayo. To me, Arsenal are one of the biggest clubs in the world. You should be in for these players. So why am I happy about my club doing
what did I say I was happy about, though? I specified what I was happy about, but you chose not to understand it.
It's semantics.
He said he's happy that they're trying to sign one of the best players in the world. What's the problem? I need to understand the problem. I'm going crazy.
Hold on, but this is my point is, hold on, but my point is now, hold on. Why are you now trying to police my opinion? But after criticizing me for trying to police Dayo's excitement, why are you now flipping it on me and trying to manage my expectations of what constitutes excitement?
Because myself and Dayo that day both agreed on the percentage. We said 30% Vinny joins Arsenal and 70% he stays at Madrid. So even our prediction included Vinny staying at Madrid more likely. My only problem with this whole argument from start to finish is you want a football fan to not be excited to be linked to one of the best players in the world.
I want a fan who has never seen his team pull off a transfer of that magnitude to have some decorum before getting too excited because it's a very difficult
what are we doing? What are we doing here now? Okay, yeah, so I get it. Vinny today is one of the biggest players. We've pulled big players in the past before. We pulled a Mesut Ozil from the same Real Madrid back in the past. He was a big player at the time. So let's not sit here and talk about it as though Arsenal has never done that. My point is, even at that Ozil deal, they agreed across the board, which is why we went for Ozil. Because it was the biggest, it was the largest amount. And I'm like, I wanted us to behave like that consistently with players. My point is, I'm happy now that the club is moving in that direction, not just for Vinny. Any player that we want, I don't want the hiccups in between where the manager, for example, last season, summer, we had Andrea Beta who wanted Alvarez, and we had Arteta who wanted Sesko. And they were going back and forth over it. And this was a big thing for us because we needed a striker. I didn't enjoy the fact that my club was operating that way. And I said, what is making me happy is that now they are in agreement for whoever they choose that they want to go for. It's not a Vinny thing. It is not a Kvaratskhelia player. As long as my club is thinking in that format, agreeing to do something together, that's what I said I was happy about. And then on the Vinny thing, I said, hey, if it happens, it happens. Well, some even turned off his camera. He says, Dayo. And I was like, yeah, if it happens, it happens. I don't think it's going to happen. I think Vinny stays at Real Madrid. And then on the Bruno Guimaraes thing, you said you're bringing in Bruno now. What will happen to Zubimendi? We brought in Zubimendi. He didn't get.
No, that's not what I said.
Hold on. Let me finish.
I said something and I didn't say it. I'm always going to jump up.
Let me finish.
I don't really want to let you finish, but
I will cut you off if you lie, Dayo.
You asked what will happen to Zubi. Right? You said what will happen to Zubi?
No, I said, does that show a lack of faith in Zubimendi?
Yes, basically, okay. Does that show?
I asked a question.
And I said, no. It simply means that Zubi was not just the guy that we thought could do it. What he did his best in the first half about upgrading. So what is wrong with upgrading on the player if you feel you need to upgrade? It don't matter if it doesn't matter if the player has been there for 6 months and you want to upgrade. That's what big clubs do.
Dayo, there's nothing wrong with upgrading, Dayo.
So
nothing whatsoever. But you have to acknowledge why you're upgrading.
Yeah, again, you
have to acknowledge why you're upgrading. You can't just tell me, I'm upgrading. And I say to you, why are you upgrading? And you're like, Jay, you're gaslighting me. Why are you upgrading? Why is Bruno Guimaraes
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why you're upgrading.
Explain the answer to that. Let
me tell you why you're upgrading. You won the league with Zubimendi. And now you're like, I've got to retain the league. You've got to upgrade and get better players as well. And if you can get better 5 more players than what you had that won you the league, that's how you retain the league. You don't retain the league by bringing in an understudy for Zubimendi because you won the league with Zubimendi. As much as Zubimendi, you want to say he's not good enough, or you want to say, oh, maybe he did not perform to whatever level. The point is, you won the league with Zubimendi. You won the league with these players. You want to upgrade to be able to retain it. That's why you upgrade. Not because the player, you don't have faith in the player. Not because you think the player might not be able to step up a notch higher. You just have to do better so that there's more competition in your team and your players bring out the best in each other. Hence why you upgrade. You can't think in one direction and say, oh, it's because you don't have faith in Zubimendi. No, it's because guess what? Bruno Guimaraes is a better midfielder than you right now. We're going to bring him in. And if you want to retain that position, even though you won me the league, you better step your game up, Zubimendi. And if you can't step your game up, Bruno's going to be there to take it. That's all it is.
Dayo, you know what? That's fair. I mean, you've answered some of the questions. You've dealt with the whole Vinny saga. I think what also got missed is some of us on this panel were trying to somewhat look out for you. We were trying to prevent the highs of the excitement and the disappointment.
I don't need it.
Apparently you don't, and it's fair. I won't step out to try and maybe caution you or warn you that you got manipulated, you got played a little bit, you're bored coming out with a statement. Vinny used you at the end of the day, and none of these guys are going to say, listen, hey, don't get so excited next time because the player might be using you. They're going to sit back and watch you get excited and say, you know what, I'm happy my board.
What was I excited about? Like you can't even get excited.
No. I'm not telling you not to be excited. I'm saying
I wasn't even excited about Vinny.
You were excited about the statement. No, I'm not correcting anything. The statement that was released, Dayo, relax. The statement that was released.
He's excited
at
about
all levels.
And pull that level of player, basically.
At all levels, your board said that they are at all levels ready to pull the trigger on Vinny. You being excited for that because of the club release statement, I'm not going to police that. I'm not going to do. Hey, you do you. Now, I'm curious because of how lockstep, laser focused your club was with regards to getting a Vinny. Like you said, you got to improve. You're trying to retain the Prem, something only Flawless and Lewis and myself have been able to do. You're trying to do that right now, and
that's not the new Chelsea anymore.
You missed out on Vinny.
You've only seen 2 league titles. Hold that.
The excitement that you. Oh my gosh, these guys.
I've seen 5 in my lifetime, fraud.
You were 7 the first time.
I still saw it.
You were 7. Bro, allow it. Last league title you were in uni 10 years ago.
Hold that.
Lewis, you're not even old, Lewis. Why do you do this?
Hey, not my fault. I got brought into this glorious institution at a young age.
Aren't you like 26 now?
No, 28.
You definitely didn't see the first 2. Allow it, bro.
No, I definitely did.
I don't get why being 7 years old. What, 7 years old?
Bro, he was like 6 years old, bro. Are you mad, bro?
7 years old don't count.
6 years old, I saw it. Come on. Come on,
bro. Match of the day live. You're damn
he
right.
saw it and then he played with the train toys after.
I remember league titles when
Respect
when I
Thomas
was
the
7,
Tank
8 years
Engine.
old.
He's the reason why I'm Chelsea.
Exactly. He was playing with Thomas the Tank Engine, bro. Allow it.
Yeah, and Thomas the Tank Engine led me to the Gargantuan Blues.
The first one you watched is probably the Drogba one in 09. 010, sorry. 09, 010.
That's crazy.
No, so 4 or 5.
I'm not counting that. Man. But anyway, back to Vader. Go ahead, Vader. What's the problem?
No,
you know, Dayo can actually be quite an excitable man, and he can get excited real quick. The reason why I've defended him so much is because I don't even think he got excited. I don't even think he got excited. In the words of Flawless, he didn't even say anything crazy. He didn't say a shirt number. He didn't say it's 100% happening. He just said, I'm happy my club are looking at top links.
That's what confused me about the whole thing.
Vader was on the catch-up like 2 days ago. He was on the clip that they uploaded on their channel. I was watching it today while I was working out. And Jay said something. He's like, if we were linked to Mbappe next summer, he's referring to himself. If they were linked to Mbappe next summer, he's gonna get just as excited. I think policing. And Jay has admitted that he said like policing like Dayo's dopamine is crazy because for me, all it means is like, okay, if my club got linked to an amazing player, I'm always going to be excited. Whether that happens, whether we pull it through or not, I'm going to be happy. I was excited when we were linked to Mbappe. It didn't fall through. I was excited when we were linked to Bellingham. It didn't fall through. I had to cut my hair for it. But like for me, getting excited when you're linked to good players is a normal reaction. And back again to the first argument. This is not even my words, because you guys think I defend Arsenal. Flores don't defend Arsenal. And he said Dayo didn't even say anything crazy.
We didn't say that he said anything crazy. We said his reaction to a club statement was a little premature. That's
what was my reaction? What was my reaction?
We're not going to revisit it. I'm just curious. No, we're not revisiting. It's been 3 shows. It's been 3 shows. We're not going to revisit it. Dayo, I want to move on. I want to ask you a question now. Present day, because when Hussam gave you the alley-oop and asked you about Barcola, I found it really interesting that the emotional high that you had with your club wanting to pursue and improve that left wing, having lost Trossard, to you just being relaxed, comfortable with Liverpool getting to a left winger that you yourself would say.
Vader, let me read the tweet so Dayo can answer it. Let me just read it, just so, because people think that we make shit up. So let me just read the actual article. Arsenal are considering Alvarez, Barcola, and Ndiaye after missing out on Vinicius. Liverpool are currently further ahead in talks for Barcola, who PSG value at 130 million. Arsenal expect to step up their interest for another forward, etc., etc., etc. The source is the Independent. Here you go. Before someone says, "Oh, what's the source?" I know Jay's gonna jump out. What's the source? Anyway, this part of the this part of the article came out through via Fabrizio like 6 hours later, where he said that Barcola has basically given Liverpool the green light, which I tried to start with, but we're here now. So, Dayo, it seems like it's, according to the Independent, not Don Hussam, it might be Alvarez or Ilman Ndiaye. Your thoughts, Dayo?
I love that.
My thoughts on
happy now, Jay? Am I doing a good job as a host?
You're doing a fantastic
job.
Enough? Dayo, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you?
I'm still as excited. I just need to know that.
This is such
I need a scale.
This is the same reaction I gave to the Vinny. I said if it happens, it happens. You know how I started my statement.
He started. I actually got annoyed because Dayo wasn't more excited.
What I want to see is, I don't care who you go for. What I don't want to hear is, I have managers saying, "Give me Ndiaye," and then my sport director saying, "No, give me Alvarez." I will be pissed off at them. I just want them to be aligned, go for the player that they need to get, and bring that player in. The reason I'm saying it this way is this. I've looked at my club this summer, and I have done a diagnosis on Arsenal from my own perspective as an Arsenal fan. What we did last season, winning the league with the kind of players that we had, and the fact that this season there's going to be 10 new clubs, right? 10 new managers out of 20 teams. There's three new managers being promoted from the championship, and then you have two managers who took over from halfway last season, which is Carrick and De Zerbi. There's going to be so many new ideas this season that all we need to do is just stabilize enough to be able to capitalize in the first half of the season and hopefully just carry on from there. Like, I don't see us, like, if you can't get me the super left wing player to fix that left wing, just get the right tool to balance it out, just to balance it for the season.
I'll ask him about Neto in a bit. But you know what proves Dayo's point? I don't think the Premier League is suddenly going to change because Leeds were doing long throws against us in pre-season. I know it's going to be the same stuff.
And apart that, I just want to.
And Arsenal are the best at this game of the whole league, so they're going to win it together.
If we can't get the guy that can change the game for us on the left, then get at least 2 players on that left wing that can share the weight of the load of that wing, like we did last season. We shared the weight last season. Trossard came in clutch in certain games. Martinelli came in clutch in certain games. They balanced it out. We found our way, and we won the league with it. If you're on
Trossard gone now, though.
I know, but then we brought in Solis, who already in preseason has 2 assists and a goal in the first 3 games. Yes, we've lost those games, but the guy looks like he's putting up numbers. So again, you might say preseason is a know nothing, but this is where you want to see your new players show what they can do. Can you put up numbers? Can you get in the box? Can you link play? Are you working hard with the team? Are you gelling with the team? We're seeing that so far. So get me somebody else that can balance that left side, because you're not getting the Vinnies. If you're not getting the Vinnies who can be superstars and get it done, and you're not going to get the top guys like Vinny, Kvaratskhelia, those are the guys you need now. If you genuinely want to challenge PSG, you
should be getting Barcola.
You should be getting that quality of player. So for me, right now, just get me. I don't see Barcola in the Vinny and Kvaratskhelia.
No, but he's the next.
I know that's the next best thing, but then the price wise again is for me. But here
isn't an issue with you. What are you doing?
No. But here I'm speaking for Dayo.
That's crazy. Do you think he's better than Doku, Vale?
Yeah.
Yeah. You ain't slick.
He's right there.
Huh?
He's right up there. I think they're very close.
No, they're
So
equal.
again,
All
there,
right,
there-
cool.
there we go.
Fair.
There we go. So again,
Right.
so my thing is, if we can't get the top guy, find a way to balance that left side, because that's what we had to do last.
Flawless, if Barcola scores the winner against you, I'm gonna ruin your life on YouTube, just so you know.
Fair, it is, man. That's
I'm
what
gonna
it is,
send
man.
Sai after you as well. I'm gonna send Sai. Gonna message
Oh,
Sai.
because-
Get on the call and show Sai.
I don't have to be on the call show. He's a regular panelist.
Sai, get on the show, mate.
Arsenal we did not win the league last season because we scored the most goals. We won the league because we conceded the least goals last season. And if you go look at it, we've started working on that aspect of our team. We brought in another Bruno Guimaraes now, who with him and Declan Rice, it makes it harder to break down that Arsenal if they play a double pivot. And that's a good thing. Work on your strengths, improve on that. Again, when people say, oh, you need more goals, I just laugh. I'm like, look, you just need enough goals to win the league. You concede the least and you score just what you need. The Invincibles of Arsenal only scored 73 goals. So all this noise about scoring goals and going invincible only scored 73. We scored 67. They scored 6 more goals than this Arsenal team that won the league last season. They scored only 6 more goals.
I understand that, to be fair. And like, that's probably why you guys have an interest in Pedro Neto, because of how good he does the defensive side of his game.
Oh, no.
I don't care who they bring. I trust this team. We brought in Noni Madueke and won the league. So there you go. I don't care what you're saying. Yeah. But what you
So you're calm with you're calm with Neto signing.
Well, at this point, I have to trust my club, because when they made moves that when they made moves that I criticized,
Board that makes you excited, you got to trust them.
Like, listen, when they made moves like Noni and everything, and even like Mikel Merino, where I criticized them and I said, who are these signings? They went on and won the league with them. So they proved me wrong. And if you've proved me wrong, then I must sit back and let you do what you need to do. If you then fail, I can come and criticize you again. But if you prove me wrong, I'm going to sit back.
I rate that. You're the first Arsenal fan I've heard that says he's down for Neto, man. I respect that, bro.
Dayo, let me speak for the panelists that have all have European trophies here. I think you're being short-sighted. I think you're being short-sighted because
I don't think he's that great either.
He's okay.
But he has got more GA than all of Arsenal's wingers last season, except for
exactly. I was about to tell you, they employ Martinelli. Remember, that's not difficult to upgrade on.
Yeah. No, but I actually think Neto would like kind of suit them. Defensive winger, good at crossing, runs back.
I'm not even bullshitting.
You
guys know that I don't rate this player, but I think Gakpo is better than Martinelli.
Gakpo would work well for Arsenal's left wing.
He actually would. He actually would. Like legit, no BS.
Because of the skill. Like I think I kind of agree with what Dayo's saying. I still think that Arsenal are like, I think Arsenal won the league because they're the deepest squad.
Jay and Dayo agreed.
Bro, like,
peace on the planet.
I praise Arsenal a lot. This is where I get a little misrepresented, because I say one critical thing or ask a question, everyone's like, "Oh, he hates Arsenal." No,
I'm gonna clip up this segment today. I'm gonna call it Jay was right.
So
I'm gonna put my face, your face. Jay was right.
No,
but as soon as he does something that agrees with Arsenal, it's like Jay was right.
Yeah, exactly.
I see right through you.
No, I said put Vinny in the middle, you bum.
Yeah,
get out of here.
I'm saying look at it like this.
I said put Vinny in the middle. I'm talking about the earlier on argument, Lewis.
Oh, you know what? Big up, man. That's an
fuck your
improvement.
spud, you bum.
Up,
Spreading propaganda online.
Sorry, what? My
You
fault you were
City
getting giddy over
Glazer. You
Vinicius
spent the
to
last
Arsenal.
4 seasons twerking for Man City, you bum.
Yeah.
Talk about glazing.
Yeah, at least I'm honest
You were
about
shaking your ass for the Blue Brothers.
Yeah, at least I'm honest about it. You lie about your twerking. I'm honest about
I'm not.
my twerking.
I am honest. I say I hate Man City. Why can't I hate Man City? I don't get this.
So, but then you do not. Oh, I don't twerk for Arsenal. No, you do twerk.
I
for
literally
Arsenal.
have the pictures on standby. Here you go. Reason number 1, I hate Man City. Reason number 2, I hate Man City.
We know why you hate Man
I
City.
hate that club, bro. They stopped club from winning 2 titles by 1 point. I can't hate them in peace.
We know
I'm
that you
supposed
hate
to
City,
hate
that's
Arsenal
fine.
because it's cool to hate them, bro. Liverpool and Arsenal
We
ain't
know
rivals.
that you hate City. I just want you to be an honest Arsenal twerker.
But I've been honest about this. I said I hate Man
So don't
City.
say that you're not.
Be honest that you love Arsenal.
Okay, I'll tell you the rating right now. The big 6 clubs in England. Number 1, I hate Man United. Number 2, I hate Chelsea. Number 3, City. Number 4, Arsenal. Number 5, Spurs. The reason why I don't hate Spurs at all is because they're irrelevant. And the reason why I don't hate Arsenal is because there is literally zero rivalry between us.
problem
It's some
is
made up
you don't
online
admit-
bullshit, bro.
You don't admit
I know
to
that.
your twerking for Arsenal.
You guys calls all this. You guys, you know, you and Flawless and Jay, without even watching your content, I know you've done this. I know that all three of you have said, "Oh, the City Pool rivalry is so cringe and blah blah blah, and it's made up and all this shit." And the moment you find the Liverpool fan that hates City, you accuse me of glazing Arsenal.
No, it's got nothing to do with your
Things can
City
be separate.
hatred. I just think you're an Arsenal glazer. That's all.
No, I
It's got
don't
nothing to
glaze
do with
them.
your
They
City
just beat the team
You
I
glaze
hate.
and twerk.
I'd have the same reaction had they beaten your club. I'd have the same reaction had they beaten your club or they beaten United.
I have actually got a YouTube video coming out soon, which is actually about Arsenal.
Yeah, I still need your channel, by the way. I need to-
Yeah, we all need your channel. Can you send it to
my
the
channel's
private chat? I couldn't
on my
find it.
name. My channel's on my
But we
name.
couldn't find it, bro.
What? Agenda versus facts. It's really
Can you
not
send us the link, please? Because we literally couldn't find it.
like, so what my thing is are Arsenal overhated? And that's what the actual video is about. And I was doing a lot of research for this video because what prompted it was I was speaking to someone on YouTube and somebody was making a joke. And I was like, it's just banter. I think it was about the Vinny calculation. I was like, it's just banter. And then they said to me, listen, but when it's Arsenal, it's always content. And I thought to myself, I was like, do Arsenal fans actually get the rough end of the stick? And it's actually quite a detailed video. But at the crux of it, it's because Arsenal have a big fan base, And when you have a big fan base, you can't police opinions from all over the world. I'm saying this about the team, the quality, everything. On the whole, Arsenal have the best squad and arguably the best manager. Yeah.
Why are you glazing Arsenal?
I'm not glazing Arsenal. I'm saying this is to me, they've got a team that finished second.
Uno reverse on your head top, Lewis, you bum.
And then
I'll give you that one. That's funny.
On Lewis's head top.
Okay, so
That ain't on me. That's on Jay. That ain't on me.
No, that's not on Jay because Jay is objective and he said the truth. So hold that, Lewis, you bum.
That ain't no truth, bro. City's winning it again, bro.
Jay, can you check if it's the one Lewis sent?
It is, yeah.
Jay, you just had your point. You just had your point proven by Lewis. Just because you're being objective, all of a sudden, the next thing somebody will say to him, "You're glazing us now." When you're objective about a team, regardless of whether you support the team or not. Today I sat on the stream and I had to be objective about Manchester United and break down why I think Michael Carrick is not like any of the other managers, based off of the fact that I thought that one game a week last season helped him open up his mind to how he wanted to play. He had enough time to work with the team.
Oh man.
And he was able to amass the most points out of the top 6 teams. His first 2 games taking over as caretaker were against City and Arsenal, and he beat both of us.
Yeah.
So again, for me, I had to go down and break it down and say, me being objective, say, you're glazing United. No, I'm not. I'm talking football. If it's banter, I can banter their stadium with the rats and the rain falling and all that. We can banter.
Can I tell you something honestly about this glazing stuff? Let me tell you what it is. One guy normalized it online and kept repeating the same shit over and over again on YouTube for 2 years. And then people just picked up on it and start regurgitating it. At the end of the day, when you listen to the stuff that we say, no one here praises everything Arsenal does. No one here criticizes everything Arsenal does. We're all objective people, except Vater when he gaslights. We're all objective people, and we just state our honest opinions. Jay, who is not part of the Arsenal Glazers, just said that Arsenal have the best squad in the league, which I agree with, and they have the best starting 11 in the league as well, in my opinion. And I think, as things stand, out of the big 6, they have the most stable situation. They haven't lost any spine player. And to be fair, the most logical thing to say right now is actually Arsenal going to win it again. That's not even a crazy take or anything. You look at the rest of the team. Like, like you guys streamed with me last season when I said my feet are kicked up. My club are not giving me any reason for me to be that confident that we're going to win the league.
You're a fraud.
At all.
But
we've lost spine players. We've changed manager. We needed to reinvest and do it properly, and we haven't done it. So for me, like, Jay hasn't said anything different than the stuff that I would say. The only difference is I
but I will say one thing, because you make more content than me. So what I'm gonna say is I have a lot more shoot from the hip. So like I also am quite careful with what I say, but I still get absolutely skewered. On the other hand, I don't just give Arsenal blind praise. They actually earn their praise from me. Most of the time, I've been on shows with Dayo for a year. We've argued numerous times, but most of it's always been about the perception of what I'm seeing in front of me. It is preseason. I do want to just express one thing about preseason. People don't understand. One, in content, you do also need to get match fit. So some of my takes may or may not be match fit. Yeah. Two, there's no actual visual football content. Yeah, there's no visual. So we are not tactically assessing matches. We're not. It's all theories, logic, different points of view on different news, analysis, because it's preseason. And I do think people don't understand that two people can look at transfer news and information in a different way. So all I've got to go off is last season and a little bit of transfer news. Other than that, you know, we've got hours to fill for the next 2 weeks. Like, please let us talk some shit.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Fairs. Anyway, let me do these supers. I'm gonna move on. Gonna go move back to talk about my club, which I tried, but Jay didn't make that possible. Anyway, big up to all of you guys. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Agenda versus facts has just been placed in the description. I literally couldn't find it last week, and I said like I just couldn't find it. But now we know. Here's the link to it. I've posted it again. Go give Jay a subscribe. His first video is gonna drop on Arsenal, the Arsenal Glazer. Big up to all of you. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. The link is in the pinned comment. I just want to be one day as big as Flawless. That's my dream. One day I'm gonna be as big as Flawless. And that's my big dream on YouTube. So please like the video and subscribe. And yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Let me
roll to 90K, is it? What's he roll to? Hey, chat. Make sure you get that 80K. My apologies, man. It just the mere 80,000. Sorry. So 80,000. Make sure you subscribe. Subscribe to me. I'm rolled to 20K people. That's the difference. He's rolled to 80,000. I'm rolled to 20,000. How many Instagram followers is rolled to what? You just hit 5K? Can you lot get me to 4K on Instagram? Yes, it's Flawless. Thank you. Carry on.
Thank you. Man even called each other color-coded their shirts. I didn't even notice. How did you notice this? I didn't even notice we've got the same shirt. But this is just my Flamengo vest because it's real hot right now.
You planned that, man. Oh, I hear it.
No, I didn't. He's wearing traditional Nigerian clothing and I'm wearing Flamengo.
Yeah, you can plan the colors though. What have you got that's light blue? All right, let's roll.
No, I actually have I don't have another clean vest. The rest
okay, I see you, Jay. Yeah,
Jay, give them.
Hey, let's go.
Jay, are you twerking?
Sorry, Dayo. I got some positive transfer news and I couldn't help myself.
So it's more logical that Arsenal prints fake stories to fool fans than Arsenal actually talking to a player they likely won't get. Makes sense. That's a response to what Jay said, I think.
No, I think it's more. I think the leak from the positioning of the news from Ornstein, I didn't like the nature of the report. There wasn't enough meat in it. And I just didn't like it coming so quickly after the Rodgers thing. It just felt a little fluffy for me, personally. I understand that other people it didn't, but like having seen Ornstein do the same thing with Rio to Bayern a few weeks earlier, I was already quite skeptical. If that Rio article to Bayern never happened, I would have not said anything. But because that article came out from Ornstein and then it went absolutely nowhere, I was like, okay, he can do the fluff piece as well. You know, he can do a little bit of the stuff that people accuse Romano of doing. And I was like, I felt this was a little bit of that situation. So yeah,
fair enough.
I think
Liverpool have to stop this foreplay in the market in time to get into action. In 2 weeks, season starts, so LFC don't have much time. FU Flawless. I agree with the whole super chat from start to finish.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is, man, enjoy Barcola, man. That's all I'm gonna say, man.
Flawless.
If Madrid didn't increase their offer, what happens?
We don't know. We don't know what happens if they didn't increase the offer. He may have caved and said, okay, you're not increasing, I'll wait, or he may have said, I'll play this season and I'll go for free next season. He may have, whatever could have happened between them. Like,
yeah, there is plenty of possibilities. He might have joined Arsenal, he might have stayed for another season, he might have waited till he's a free agent.
I still think, like, I didn't even think he was going to join us. I said that very clearly. I think he was, the player wants to stay in Madrid. He wants to stay in Madrid, whether it's the club alone or not. He would have stayed one more year and gone for free next season if he needed to. He just wants to be in Madrid this time around, and so again, that's the But what? Anyways, carry on. It's there's many options that could have happened.
Doku Mac goals better than Barcola. Nah.
Can I make a request, Hussam?
Who is hilarious.
May
I don't
make-
understand how Doku's become this great player. He literally, used to call him Beyblade and all
Nah,
this.
Vela rates him highly. That's why I asked about the Barcola thing.
Yeah,
That's
there you
why.
go.
Like Doku is a good player, but Barcola is definitely better than Doku. No BS. Like,
Well, at the same time, I'm not going to be asking Doku to score that many goals when I have that cyborg up front. I'm going to be looking for Doku to really provide me with a lot of assists. And
yeah, but
whether that's
PSG
Haaland-
forwards share the load as well. It's not like
No,
one
but
guy.
if Barcola moves to Liverpool, or if he were to move to Arsenal, the expectation would be more goals, right?
You're going down a very dark road because if I bring up Doku assists, it's going to be dark.
What do you mean dark? I'm
If
talking
he
about this
plays with a
upcoming
cyborg,
season.
okay, guys, let's look at it. Since he plays with a cyborg up front, I agree with Vater. 1 second, I agree with Vater. He shouldn't get a lot of goals. However, he should get a lot of assists. Let's look at his assists over the last 3 years.
My
24,
point is
8
this
assists. 25, 6 assists. 2026, 5 assists. Like, his assists are actually going down, if anything. That's the funny part.
All right. You
know,
expect
so-
Doku to have less goals than last season?
His goals are actually, he just went up by 2 goals.
Do you expect him to
So
have
actually
less
wrong,
assists?
Netweed. It's not even 6 goals, it's 5 goals.
Do you
Nah,
expect
but-
him to have
okay.
less assists this season?
Who has
I
more
don't like
aura
Doku.
though? Who has more fear factor? Doku's got more fear factor
Than who? Than Barcola?
than Barcola.
But on the pitch, or you mean with the fans?
On the pitch, I don't give a fuck how they interact with the fans.
I just had to clarify to see which is one. Because Barcola got this big fan base, man. Like,
Everyone watching the show, that is a fantastic example of not just assuming what the other person is saying. And
What
getting
is this? What is this?
a lot of you in the comment section could learn from that.
Hold on.
this is why I always ask
Can
questions,
I-
but people like Hassan think I'm trolling. It's like,
Jay,
no,
can
I ask questions to understand and learn.
Oh, sorry. So before you go,
Jay,
Dayo,
quick
I just
question.
want to say,
No, I
someone
have
in
a
the
question
comments
for
said-
you. For you though, the question is for you, Jay.
Yeah,
Dayo, just let me go here.
Hassan,
quick.
yes.
Someone in the comments said, "More aura, are we dead ass?" Do you think aura doesn't matter in football at all?
But Jay,
Do you
Jay,
think
can I-
players, when they're up against other players, or you think there's a reason we call Van Dijk's defending for a number of years, because when you have that aura, people are shook to try things.
Jay, what is this?
I can't lie to you. I can't lie to you. I saw that aura when we played Inter Milan. Lautaro Martinez was scared to dribble past Van Dijk. I actually fully saw it with my own eyes. Lautaro Martinez looked up, saw Van Dijk turned. I'm like, that's literally what happened.
Like, listen, aura is not attractiveness, by the way. But sorry, Dayo, go on.
What is the fear factor based on, Jay? Like
Fear
what
factor, it's like so. You can have if Doku has the best take-ons in the league and he's constantly driven, then you as a defender, you're like, shit, you might stand off him a little bit. Everything from a default point of view is slightly tweaked because of the aura that this player gives off. It's not just ability, it's the
my question
je ne sais quoi, you know what I mean?
So again, I think even in the Champions League, when you did see Barcola play, you saw that they try to double up on him a lot of times. Sometimes they would back off him, and defenders would back off him as well. I mean, same thing with Doku. I think they're both in the same. Like honestly, because if anything, right? Hossam just made a statement. All of this noise about Doku should be having double-digit assists. Doku should
That's
be
why
having
Vader's
double-digit-
point doesn't make sense.
Yeah, he should
When
be
I asked him about the
What
goals,
is
he
my-
said
my point is
Cyborg
about
up
this
top.
upcoming
Okay, so he should
season,
have a
you
lot of assists then, and he
clowns.
doesn't have a lot of
He should be able to take on his player, like he said.
He has the same exact amount of goals and assists.
and cross the ball into the
5 and 5.
Yeah, but Jay, the long way. If a player sucks, why would he have aura, dumbass? Jesus, sorry. Carry on. The guy's got aura. If a player sucks, the aura will evaporate.
Sam, just say you love Arsenal.
so-
It's okay, we all see it besides you. Ed, this is just disappointing coming from you. Because you know I don't love anyone but Liverpool, but I just don't hate Arsenal. Why do I have to forceful myself to hate a club that we have no rivalry with? I don't understand this logic. Honestly, it's you know this whole thing about like the Arsenal agenda and stuff. People literally like lose brain cells when it comes to talking about Arsenal. It's so weird. I've never seen anything like it in my whole life. It's strange. It's strange. Like you want me to hate Arsenal for what? I've been watching football since the 2002 World
Because
Cup.
you're a human.
But that's
There you go. Do you see, Jay? Do you see that this super
football since 2002 World Cup, and 99% of my life, when we've been good, Arsenal have been shit, and when we've been shit, Arsenal have been good. There is no, in my lifetime, not a single like moment that sparked a rivalry or anything. It's just weird. I don't have to hate a football club because people online make it like cute. Arsenal to me is the same exact thing as Brighton. I don't hate them at all.
I don't hate Arsenal either.
See, people expect Arsenal to just be hated because they're Arsenal. Do you see what's going on there now? Because Hussam doesn't hate Arsenal, why should he? He has to hate Arsenal because it's just it's a silly thing. Hence why when people talk about Arsenal, it's from a very biased place. It's from a very yes, because that super chat just proved it. Like you don't have to hate a club. Like I don't hate Brighton. Look, City are not a team that I hate. To be honest, I don't hate Arsenal. I don't hate City. What I don't like about what I dislike about City is the fact that they were that dominant and it was hard for anybody to break them down. And finally, we were able to at least break them down before the guy left, and that's what I wanted. So now, my hatred of them has gone. You know, so yeah, I don't get it, man.
Yeah, that's it. I don't have to hate them because Lewis hates them. Carefree, what a glazed Dior for Hussam. Where, mate? Glazed Dior is crazy. Vinny to Pedro Neto is dark. Is what Ace Holding is saying.
Can I ask you a question, Hussam, please?
What?
I would like to discuss Liverpool, if that's okay.
That's the next segment. Let me just get through the next three, and then I'm gonna go to it immediately. Jay, hey yo, don't ever say not enough meat to it or coming out quickly in the same sentence again.
May I just say, first of all, gooning and porn has you guys in a headlock because like I said, a piece of chicken. There's not enough meat on it. Don't bring me another piece of chicken. Do you know what I mean? One with a bit more meat on it. You know? Yeah. Cool.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Who's asking? Who's saying you can't hate a football club? I'm saying don't tell me who to hate. That's what I'm saying.
Hold on, it's okay to hate the football club.
Not enough flawless. Less Lewis. Damn, Lewis is getting cooked for no reason. In my opinion, tempt Doué from PSG. He seems to have ambitions, what Ace is saying. And then Jay will come here and go like, yeah, but how further ahead are you in the transfer after a day? Like, it's going to be the most hilarious thing. So when you lot chat about United, it's not from bias. You know, so much for Arsenal glazing. My most watched video this whole summer is actually Man United video. Just saying. I think you should all glaze the champions.
Yeah, glaze the champs, bruv. World champs.
Wallace, I don't have a choice, but we move. We need a midfielder and another tackle. Liverpool need to improve right side. LFC right side is paralyzed now. And speaking of LFC...
Sorry, Hussam, real quick. Sorry. Breaking news. 2029 World Cup Championship might not happen. The World Cup. Apparently
you fell for that article.
Apparently, listen. Apparently, they don't have sponsors and they don't have money, and it's not good.
No, what's happening is everyone in UEFA boycotting all FIFA tournaments.
So they're about to end it. So again, it's going to become the Interface Cup like that. So,
no. It's a great narrative. I hear it, but once Infantino gets sacked, like everything goes back.
No, it's not my fault that FIFA is not.
And I wouldn't mind.
Guys, I don't want to talk about the Club World Cup. I don't even want to talk about the Club World Cup. Allow it. Big up to all of you guys. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Vader's going to have to leave us because he turns up 20 minutes late and leaves 30 minutes in the stream. Hit the like button, chat, subscribe if you forget to do so. Now back to the Liverpool talk. Jay, talk to me, brother, since you said you want to discuss.
Yes, I am very interested in where Liverpool fans place themselves at the moment because, like,
didn't you say you have to leave?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave. You can ad-lib me for a minute or two, right?
He's just doing soundboard effects when he's gonna dip anyway.
Migos down there, that's what's going on over there.
Yeah, just dip without the sound. You on the soundboard, leave the stream. Yalla, go to stuff. Leave us alone, bro.
Sorry, chat. My mic is
silence.
Now.
No, your mic is good anyway.
I don't hear it as badly as though. But listen, I'm looking at Liverpool, and I think I'm really intrigued. First and foremost, the one thing that Liverpool fans, I don't want them to fall into the thing of, is you expected more from Slot with the same squad. I know obviously you've lost one or two players, but I'm saying if you can't automatically change those expectations when you thought Slot wasn't good enough and things like that. Do you know what I mean? So I'm very interested, one, how worried are you at the moment with your state of your squad? And what are your expectations currently? I think, before you answer it, for example, I don't think Liverpool can sell Gakpo this summer. If Liverpool sell Gakpo this summer, I'll know that they're not a serious football club. The reason why I'm saying that is because essentially it looks like it would be Ndiaye, Barcola, what's his name, the new Spanish kid, Munoz, and Rio. The risk profile of having an 18, 19-year-old, a 20-year-old, and then two people who've never played in the league before as your starting wingers next season is way too high. It's too high for a top club. Way too high, right? So they can't sell Gakpo. But then if they buy Barcola, they've got Barcola and Rio on the left, and then Ndiaye/Munoz and Isak as first choice, and it doesn't make sense to not cash in if they get a big offer. So they've got this delicate ticking time bomb. They bring in Araujo, not really done anything. You're basically hoping the player runs it back. Opposite of the kind of transfers that Liverpool have been doing over the last few years. Yeah, like kind of scattered, a little bit less thought through. It doesn't pass the smell test at the moment for me. It's like, I'm not saying it's going to go badly, but I'm saying there's a good chance in my head that Liverpool fans will look at Slot and be like, he wasn't that bad.
Okay. Now, let me answer.
Go.
First of all, we didn't lose only one player or two players. We've lost 5 players. Number 1, Bradley's out. Number 2, Ekitike is out, which is a huge part of the squad because Ekitike will allow you to rest Isak, and he's out like literally until April. Number 3, we lost our starting centre-back in Ibrahima Konate. Number 4, we lost our best player over the last 10 years in Salah. And number 5, we lost Robertson, who is a leadership role, and he joined your club for that reason. Now, when you look at these 5 players that we lost, these 5 players are all massive part of Liverpool Football Club. Had Ekitike been fit, we would be feeling different about this because Isak has an injury in him. Ekitike can replace him every now and then. There's people who thought Ekitike played better for Liverpool than even Isak did. So that's going to be a huge miss. He's literally out until March. And you guys know with this type of injury, when he comes back, he can't immediately affect the squad anyway. He's got to get like 2-3 games of match fitness, and then he'll play 50 minutes, and then he'll play 60 minutes, and blah, blah, blah. He can't just go and play 90 minutes in like probably until April. So that's a big part of it. And the other thing as well, I don't think the club were ready for Konate leaving. Forget any of us saying anything. Forget all the ITKs. I could play a Konate clip right now where he himself in an interview said, I see myself in a Liverpool shirt next season. Now, when a starting level centre-back leaves your football club, it's completely different than when you're buying depth players. Like Flawless's club needs a centre-back, right? If tomorrow they wake up and it's Delict left and Lisandro left, now it's a different level of player you're looking at. Now you need to sign a starting level centre-back, which the club wasn't prepared for. And also on top of all this, I don't think the club were ready to sack Slot to begin with. They did everything. They did the meeting with the board members and put it on YouTube, and they did all this stuff. I think the decision was above Richard Hughes. I think the sacking of Arne Slot was made from a CEO or a higher up, probably Mike Gordon, someone like that, like someone like real, just below FSG, because I think they fully were planning for life with Arne Slot. Because let's be honest about this, if they thought Slot was that bad, they would have sacked him way earlier, and then just give him the season anyway, and then just sack him anyway. Like, there are things that would have happened. Like, had Slot stayed, Adam Morton would have been a Liverpool player already. 100%. They were looking at moving in a completely different direction. And now they're doing different stuff than the stuff that we were supposed to do. When you look at, like, you know, Liverpool right now, I'd be crazy to think that we're anywhere near Arsenal's level right now. Or even City's to a degree. I think we're like, if we finish third, Iraiola's done well. Now, if we get the signings that we need, this is a question that I've been asked already. Like Flawless asked me 2 weeks ago, what happens if you get the signings that you need? And I think so did you 3 weeks before that. Guess what? We're not going to get the signings that we need because we just loaned Araujo. How am I supposed to sit here and expect Iraola to win a league title with a loan signing at centre back that I know anyway is going to leave? And I'm going to prove it to you. If he has a shit season, we won't buy him and he'll go back to Barcelona. If he has a good season, because he's a South American player, he'll always want to play for Barca or Madrid. So he'll just go back to Barcelona and go like, okay, I've proven myself at Liverpool. I'm going to go play for Barca now. When have you ever heard of a club loaning their captain? Do you see Arsenal
that is
loaning
crazy. That is crazy. Yeah,
United loaning Bruno. What
so,
we doing?
But you mentioned there about like winning, like you ain't gonna win a league title with Araujo. So you think if Liverpool made the correct signings, you could go and compete for the title?
Had we made them, yes. Had we signed a proper centre back, so yeah, we could have challenged 100%. Because what Jay's saying is true. All of like Isak, Wirtz, McAllister, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, these are not like suddenly shit players. Like, they're still good players, you know. So they are capable of challenging. As an example, I think our starting 11 is good. I don't think our starting 11 is bad per se. I think our bench is dreadful. That's what I think. Our squad is, and by the way, you look at the friendly games, we go 2-0 up with the starting players, they bring the bench on and we concede 3 goals. Like, it's so obvious that our bench is like shit compared to our starting 11.
That and your fitness, because from what Mons was saying, apparently you Iraola said you man can't play 90 minutes yet.
Yes, and Slot said that my players can't run for 30. And they never even really used to have intense training sessions anyway. And now Iraola is the exact polar opposite. He's literally asking them to run and stuff.
It'll be interesting to see how you guys hold up from a fitness point of view, because like the one thing I'll give Slot is that he was a winner coming to Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? He had won, even lower scale, he'd won leagues. You know, it's one of the things that I always liked about Maresca and company is even though they won in the championship, they'd shown that they know how to manage an X number of game seasons. Do you know what I mean? And normally managers that come up, say like an Arteta or whatever, you've got to learn. Even Carrick was towards the top of, you know, he had a Middlesbrough playoffs, I think, as well. So essentially he's won X number of games in a season, a winning percentage over the course of a season. You know, winning breeds winning, right? Vis-a-vis. So with Iraola, the big things that, to me, the cause for concern for Liverpool fans is one, how does his game translate to the top of the table in terms of managing games? You know, like you look with Bournemouth sometimes, how often did they manage and close a game out? How often did they concede late goals? How often did they concede on the transition? Like, is that a coaching flaw or is it a player flaw? Do you know what I mean? We're gonna find out, yeah? So on the opposite side of that is his team went on runs not winning for X number of games. Do you know what I mean? They go like 5, 6, 7 games with 8 games not winning a game. And I'm like, obviously that can't.
But here's the thing, Jay, I don't change my energy dependent on the football club. Bradley Barcola is a player I praised from a long time ago. Like, I wanted him from the Lyon days. You come back to this manager question, the same energy applied to Carrick applies to Iraola as well. Same way, Carrick has to adapt to playing 2 games a week. Guess what? Iraola has to adapt to playing 2 games a week. So this is 100% the reality of the situation.
But the thing is Iraola has to adapt to playing European football just like Carrick. But I would make the argument that United's style to me seemed like, this is maybe a little bit more manageable.
Jay, you're an intelligent man. You know United fans ain't going to sit up here and accept some defensive football next season. Because one thing we know, Jay, and we've seen this as me and you have spoken on Spaces 5 years ago, a Man United manager under pressure is completely different than a Man United manager without pressure. And me and you both know when Carrick was first appointed, there was literally zero pressure on the guy. Just come in, stabilize the ship and get lost. And guess what? I completely overachieved. We all agree with that. But to pretend that next season with the pressure on him is the same exact thing as without pressure is crazy. Iraola now is the Liverpool manager, and he's going to have to answer the same questions that Carrick has to answer.
Yeah, so
I'm saying if Man United are playing Coventry at home, me and you both know United fans aren't going to accept playing a more reserved style because they're Man United. We know this. Come on.
Yeah,
Come on, let's be honest.
Just looking at it's
true, flawless, bro. Same way Liverpool fans don't accept it.
I was going to say I just didn't like the word the Man United part because you don't want to accept it. So I'm glad you added that part. That's the only part
but it's true though.
Yeah, I just didn't like. I didn't like the.
Did
cheap
you see
shot.
how Slot was booed at Anfield last season?
I just didn't like the cheap shot though, when Man United. You lot are in the same boat. I just didn't like the cheap shot. But other than that, you were spot on with what you said. I agree.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I would just make the point, like, I'm not saying that we don't have similar, like it's preseason, we've got questions for every club. I'm merely saying that the intensity side of Bournemouth's football, and it is a very intense style of football. And even I saw it, it's not the same as Ange ball or whatever, but especially in this Premier League, the physicality, the pace, you can pick up big injuries on a 38-game season. I would ask the question of how durable are Liverpool's players from a basic point of view.
Yeah, very good.
When evaluating the players Liverpool currently have, how durable are those players to play that kind of style? And how many of those, because was the squad built for that kind of style? Can the players sustain it? Like players like, you already see players like Tsimikas, Gomez, squad players playing that style. I think we can concede. We're not trying to say someone's going to get injured, but this squad as composed, these players will get injured playing this style of football. There's not enough depth to the squad to play this kind of football, especially with the players they've currently got. So what changes in order for Liverpool to make it through the season? Either they need to buy a number more players or they need to tweak the style, because I don't think they can do both.
Yeah, but that's the question Iraola has to answer, right? Like 100% he can't play with the same Bournemouth intensity. He actually referred to this in his press conference. He said with 2 games a week, we can't do it. But he said something interesting. He said, the reason why Liverpool hired me to begin with is my style of football. So I'm not going to come up here and play defensive football. He said it himself. He's going to play attacking. However, he does need to adjust. And Klopp used to do this because Klopp is very high intensity. But what Klopp did intelligently is he used to press in moments. Like Pep Guardiola infamously said in an interview, Liverpool would have you beat in a 20-minute period. In a 20-minute segment, press like crazy, and then just pass the ball around and stuff like this. So I think he will have to adapt.
Osam, I have a question for
you guys make Liverpool.
I have a question for Liverpool. Liverpool will be fine this season. I don't think that I think the only question Ariola has to answer for me is managing how he plays 2-3 games per week. That's it. I think he's a good manager. I think he's getting the few pieces in, and if you guys get the right guys in, like I said earlier today, I think you'll be in and about and up there, just doing what you need to do this season. I don't think any Liverpool fan should be expecting Ariola to come in and win the Premier League in the season where he's first ever going to be playing multiple, competitions with the top team. I think that's too much pressure on the manager, no matter how talented they are. On the other hand, Enzo Maresca has done it before. He's played in Chelsea and they played Conference League, and so he knows how to manage multiple games. Carrick would have to answer the same question. Multiple games. I mean, again, his win rate was so good last season. I think.
But when you say Enzo answered it, though, the reason why I think that's a bit unfair.
I didn't say Enzo answered it. I'm saying he's experienced it before. He's had an experience of playing.
Yeah, but like if Liverpool or Arsenal or United or even Spurs played Conference League, bro, the B team would do it.
No, I get it. What I'm talking about is managing.
We did play the B team.
That's what I'm saying. Playing the B team.
No.
It's not the level of the competition. I'm saying a manager traveling with players this week, coming back, getting time with them tomorrow, planning for the next game, because that's what the issue with multiple games is. You don't have time in between to train. You barely have time to train. You play on a Tuesday, you recover on a Wednesday, you come in on the Thursday.
Problem is, Todd didn't used to train at all, apparently, according to all the reports we're listening to right now. But
so that's all I'm saying as regards to just that process of being able to manage. He's done something similar, so he has a formula that he's used in the past that he can still ride on. These other guys haven't done it, so they have those questions to answer. My big question was going to be actually to Jay. Is De Zerbi going to get you to 15th this season or something? Where are we seeing? Because you can't do 17, 2 seasons back to back and think that you're going to bounce back to top 4 because you spent 100 million on Tonali and spent 85 million on what's his name? A guy that has been relegated.
Are we actually going to talk Spurs on the show for once?
That has been relegated twice.
Am I going to put a timestamp on Tottenham Hotspur as a topic?
Why not?
I've never done that before. I don't even think Jay's ever spoken about his own club.
People think I'm always attacking other.
You're a terrible host that you don't ask him no questions about Spurs.
I'm just trying to.
Spurs, really.
That's outrageous.
Okay,
I'm sorry, but hey, Flawless. I know you've got to do the Spurs thing, but deep down, no one cares.
No, the Spurs thing. What you mean? They've been in 2 relegation battles and won a European trophy. How much more?
Wow,
over 2 trophies, over 2 seasons.
It's just,
How is it cheeky? How is it cheeky for stating facts? How much more entertainment do you need to talk about? They've won a European trophy and finished 17th twice. That's entertainment. Over
Go on, Jay. What are the expectations in Spurs?
Okay, so with spending comes expectation. So I expect to be currently top 6, top 7. Like I think Spurs need attackers. It would be naive of me to think that we have enough goals. I think all criticism of Tottenham is pretty fair. I think people will just be like, well, what are you basing this on? I think Spurs have improved the floor of the team. Like, as in, like, the floor was quite low. But you bring in Tonali, Fernandez, Van Heck, Robertson, the floor has improved quite a lot. I think that midfield was a big issue for Tottenham last season. Like, we just didn't have a good central midfield. So I hope that we can make similar strides to United when they bought established Premier League players and were able to take a leap. Biggest issue is goals. United bought goals in Cunha and Mbeumo. And Zesco. We still lack goals in the team. So I think if De Zerbi is who I think he is, and I think if the players are as good as I think they are, we should be back in the top 6 next season.
So what about your captain, putting out all this nonsense about wanting to go to a rival club? Like, how does that make you feel, Jay?
I think that Arsenal are scumbags, and why would you go after a man that's not happily married? Yeah, he's stepping out. Yeah, he's cheating a little bit, but that doesn't mean it has to be you hussy. I'm saying from an honest point of view that the fact that you're going for Romero and potentially Romero is entertaining it explains why the player needs to leave the football club. No, it tells you everything you need to know about the situation.
That's your captain, though. I mean,
yeah. Well, I mean, like the players leaving.
That's your manager's voice on the pitch. That's the guy who calls the meetings when players have issues. That's the guy who, when a player and his girlfriend have argued and he cannot make training, he speaks to his captain first before even talking to the manager. That's the guy who, the armband. You understand? Like, I don't know if you know what I mean. He used to wear your armband. That's the guy that, I'm not saying I want him. My question is that dysfunction at your club that is still going on there now, where your captain can actually flaunt the idea that he wants to go to a rival club. And again, I hear they've made it clear they're not going to ever sell to us now. Fair enough. I don't want him personally. I think he's a disaster waiting to happen. But I'm just talking about the fact that your captain could say that, and then the club had to come out and say we're never selling to a rival. Like him even floating, even if Arsenal approached you as Coutinho Romero, you should have come out on your Instagram. Look at these nonsense people coming to meet up with me, trying to get me to come to their club. That's what the captain does.
Yeah, but the thing, Dayo, is like the thing about embarrassment is it's relative. So if you get embarrassed with Willian or you get embarrassed with Eze, I'm just like, okay, this is like, honestly, it's just a day at Tottenham. We're very dysfunctional. So this doesn't even crack like the top 10 worst days in 2026.
Is that dysfunction that I'm addressing? Which is why I said, where do you see De Zerbi? See, let's remove the money. I know you started by saying if you spend big money, there's expectations. Let's remove money for everybody. Everybody's spending big money. So let's just put that in one bucket. All teams are spending big cash, so put it in one bucket. It's the quality of players you bought, the dysfunction at the club. How well do you think De Zerbi does on the pitch with all this dysfunction that you still see that needs to be fixed in the back?
I think he shines. He came in, he kept us up. Like I really do think we would have got relegated without De Zerbi. 100%. I'm so sure. You have to understand, before we hadn't won in 2026. So we managed 7 games. We won 3 of them. We had a couple of narrow defeats, 2 1-0 defeats. That's with a Paulinho, Gray midfield, this and that, like with no.
I think it's a right relegation because West Ham messed up, really, really and truly.
Yeah, they did the business though.
Yeah, but West Ham in
7 games, you have 3
20.
wins. Out of 7 games, you have 3 wins. You lost 2 of them. I think you drew 1. Again, that's not good enough to get you out of relegation. West Ham really messed up. If West Ham had won one major game with 3 points, and they caught up to you, the pressure would have been on.
Yeah, but West Ham in 2026 had like the 8th best record in the league. Like essentially,
that's what I'm saying.
It's not like West Ham were like kind of unlucky to go down.
They had the 8th. They had the. Wow,
I'm
that's
pretty
crazy.
sure if you look at
I believe you. I'm just saying I didn't know that. It's just surprising stat. That's all.
Yeah.
See, and if Sam would have asked you these type of things, during the season, we would know these things. But Spurs were entertaining enough is ridiculous.
Yeah. But
it's not about entertainment. No one cares about Spurs like that.
Of course, people are locked in right now. Look at the chat.
Why are you denying that right now? No one cares about Spurs.
Locked in. You might not care.
Locked in. They're not even talking about Spurs.
They're locked in because they're that engulfed in what's going on. That's why. When they're not typing, you're that engulfed.
Yeah, no, but I heard Dayo. I'm saying that Tottenham, like I see De Zerbi as a top manager. Yeah, and I know people will be like, "What has he won? What's he done?" I think he's a top manager. Like I think we're lucky to have him. I think Spurs are lucky to have De Zerbi.
Jay, my issue has never been the managers you brought. You brought top managers to Tottenham. You brought the likes of Mourinho. You brought the likes of Pochettino. You brought top managers to Tottenham. I would never look. This is okay. I'm not going to do banter or rivalry here. I'm going to talk football. You have always had at some stage top quality players, top managers at Tottenham, but for some reason there's something that just doesn't make it happen or click. Is what I'm asking. Like is that thing. I don't know your club like you know your club. Like I know my club. Like in the back room, for example, recently our head of commercial just left. She just left the club. We need to hire somebody else after she made the most money she's ever made for the club. Like I know things happening within my club that I'm like, oh, this could affect us in certain ways. I'm asking you, like, what are those things that you think could derail De Zerbi from the inside? Because again, it just seems like every time you have a top manager and good players at Tottenham, it just never clicks.
So I'm gonna answer your question and I'm gonna answer Sean's question simultaneously. One is this is the biggest opportunity De Zerbi's ever had. I don't think like the level of control De Zerbi has at Tottenham for the size of football club and his input. If he blows this up, he's not going to get any better. So he is, in my opinion, like this is important for him to make this work. For him to be seen not as a manager who is dysfunctional, who can't not work anywhere. He's being given everything he wants. I think you can make a caveat at different clubs why it went wrong. Brighton, he's there 2 years. They keep selling all his players. I understand. Marseille, Longoria is dodgy as hell. Yeah, I understand. Shakhtar, there was a war. I understand. Sassuolo, who's there for like 3 years, took them as far as they could go. I understand. So this is the first time with De Zerbi. People say he's going to blow up, he's going to this, he's going to that. I'm like, well, he's managing a top 6 club. He has clear input on the strategy and guidance. He has a lot of input over the football club. He came in before the end of last season. He's assessed the playing squad. He's assessed the players. He has more skin in the game than in Iraola because he's actually seen these players in a competitive situation, like gun to head, backs to wall. Yeah, so he's working with a little bit more context than other managers, and he's playing 1 game a week in comparison, and he's picking up quite a good squad, which is being invested in Premier League players. So to me, all of this lends itself to, it gives De Zerbi a very unique opportunity to bed his style in whilst spending a good amount of money on a good base. Porro, World Cup winner, Van der Ven, good player, Van Heck, good player, Senesi, free transfer, I completely forgot, decent player. All of these players, stylistically, all of this, I think it looks positive for the manager. I mean, everything looks positive from 17th. So people might say, why are you not extending this?
Wow.
Honestly, tap water is delicious to a man dying of thirst. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what you guys want me to say here from this context.
Tap water.
Exactly, bro. I'm like, I might go get less right now. Solidarity. I'm just saying that, like, from that and that alone, if De Zerbi is who I think he is, then Spurs finish top 6.
Sorry, please, guys. Does this one sound better? I'm tired of. I'm changing all these mics. So all of you are going. Is this mic better now?
Yeah, that Mike's Bell. Yeah.
Otherwise, everything goes. Camera, mic, everybody. I'll shut down for 2 weeks. You won't see me until I fix up this whole place. I'm tired of all this.
But now I get what you're saying there, Jay. You make valid points in regards to De Zerbi if who he thinks he is and the improvements you lot have made. Cut us back as well. What do you disagree with what I said?
But if you think about it, Spurs have been no Kudus.
Talking about glazing North London clubs. The fucking irony.
No Kudus.
Sorry,
no Kulu.
Takes on
ACL, Simmons ACL, Solanke out. Spurs.
This has been you for 3 years now. It's not new.
Yeah, Spurs have got a little bit. If Spurs can get a little bit more quality, like I said, the Premier League is a very flat league. Like I think Arsenal are the best team, but even like a team like United should be thinking, we should have consolidated our spot. Do you know what I mean? At worst, United should be like, we consolidate our spot.
Agreed.
Because when I look at United, I don't think they're great. But I also look at the rest of the Premier League and I'm like,
I don't think it's great either.
Bro, I'm like, honestly, Leeds might finish top 6. That's where I'm at the moment mentally.
Could have picked anyone else, man. Fuck Leeds.
Bro, it's just something about the way they slapped you about last season when they came to your place, and then they played us and they kind of slapped us about too. And then they kind of added a little bit to it. I'm like, they could be all right.
We that cup final. That's all that is.
Fair enough. Chelsea too. Chelsea. There's so many. Newcastle.
Yeah, fuck Jimmy Savile.
They're going to get relegated. But
speaking of Chelsea, can I ask Lewis a question about Chelsea, please?
Sure.
Let's ask Lewis a question about Chelsea, and then we're going to end the stream, and then we're going to give Flawless the floor on Sarcasm City TV to discuss all this United stuff as well, outside all the other stuff he discusses. Let me ask Mr. Careful Lewis G. Seems like your best midfielder is linked to Man City more and more. How do you feel about Enzo Fernandez leaving the football club?
Caicedo's not going anywhere. What the fuck? Well, you said my best midfielder. Caicedo's got no links away from my club. He just signed a contract extension.
Hold that.
Enzo Fernandez.
Can we just talk about the Enzo Fernandez, Lewis?
Enzo. Depends on if Rodri leaves. Because I know they're looking at 3 midfielders. It does seem like it's Enzo's only way out of the club because he thought there'd be a ton of interest for him. And it turns out our best midfielder only has one club that could be looking at him, but it depends on a domino effect. He's had a lot to humble himself about this summer. If he gets the Man City move, it will also depend on if they're willing to pay the price we asked for because we want our money back. Every single penny is a bare minimum. Over 100 M's. 105 minimum.
Okay, that was the question I was gonna ask. Yeah, go on. Carry on.
Yeah, man, we're asking for big because we got him for 6 years. All the leverage is with us. If we just say no, what are you gonna do? You signed a death row deal and you signed an extension the year after for another 2 years. You chose this life. So I don't think he leaves. Because I don't think City would put 117 down on Elliot Anderson, then to put nearly the same amount down on Enzo Fernandez afterwards. So maybe he goes City because it's the only way out for him, but it doesn't even look like they'll pay that sort of amount really. So I think Enzo will end up staying, and yeah, I'm fine with that because he'll still be able to register me a decent amount of goals and assists. I don't think Enzo's shit, but yeah, Enzo thought there'd be a ton of interest for him, and there's next to nothing.
Because they City looking at Buwadi for big money as well, so they could potentially spend that money on it.
Oh yeah, it's like 80 million.
The link is actually 3 midfielders for City when you go based on City sources.
Yeah, but deep how much these guys are gonna have to spend on their midfield, and they've already spent.
Keep in mind, not only Rodri left, Bernardo Silva's leaving, and I
Bernardo's a free though, no?
Yeah, I think Kovacic is also gonna leave too. By the way.
Yeah, but they'll probably go for cheap. That money isn't going to resource Enzo and Buwadi at the same time. So I'd be surprised if I could see them come in for Enzo, but we're going to demand our money back as a minimum. And I don't think we're going to drop from that. And I doubt Man City pay it. So I think Enzo ends up staying at Chelsea.
What do you think? Is there any recent Chelsea links? Because I haven't seen you link to anyone recently.
Nah, we're just on the outgoings right now. We got to cut down the squad. We got 1 game a week. We don't need a squad this big. We're trying to clear people
Chelsea
out.
Chelsea has 67.
Gone.
Chelsea has 67 players. 67 different players. I mean, how many are you guys now? Because I think you have 9 goalkeepers.
No, only 5.
17 only 5. Defenders, 21.5 midfielders, and then you have 11 and
we got to clear that out. The plan is to still get one more midfielder and one more centre back, but I think the plan is to get rid of a couple players first and then look to add to the squad. So you're not going to hear a lot about incomings right now. You're going to hear the reverse. Obviously, you've seen the Neto links going out. Everybody's interested in him.
So just a small tangent is there was a Spurs bit of news from about Jed Spence about an hour ago.
Yeah, Inter Milan.
Yeah, they're saying that Inter are prepared to send an official bid for Jed Spence. Inter believe
it makes sense. They wanted Palestra before, and Palestra could play on both wings, so they go for Spence, who can do the same thing.
Yeah, I've seen that news.
Looking about
that's why it's very interesting because as ITKs were saying, like Spence would like to join Liverpool, but Liverpool ain't interested. So
35 million. It looks. I mean, so just on that, by the way, I have
a deal. I would have taken Spence as well.
I would have as well. I would have.
That's a bit fucking cheap for a guy that plays both sides.
Yeah,
I think Spence and Porro have suffered from the fact that they played for a shit club for the last 2 years. I think both of them would have made a huge impact on a successful club.
Okay,
I'll tell you guys something honestly. If you take Pedro Porro, plug him into Barcelona, and they win La Liga and shit like this, everyone go like, Pedro Porro is one of the best right backs in the world.
Yeah. See, the thing with Spence, first of all, Spence Iraola, you'd love him. Like for what you guys are doing at Liverpool with the fullbacks just tearing. Yeah, that's beautiful. But in what we're trying to do, the issue that Spence has is he's not really a passer. His best attribute is kind of ball carrying and tackling. That's kind of a difficult skill set to kind of work around in a team. Do you know what I mean? Like, so in a Liverpool team with what you're doing with Iraola, it works. In a Inter team as a wing back, it works. If you want your fullback to give and go, maybe make more passes, invert, etc., less so. And I think the Spurs' value for Spence, how much more can Spurs get out for Spence? Like, if they sell him for 35 million, what's the most you think Spurs could get for Jed Spence?
That's probably about right. Yeah, 40, yeah, about 40 million.
40 million. So if you're selling £5 million off his top price, yeah, you stick Archie Gray there at right back, maybe buy a new fullback, whatever. I can see exactly why Spurs want to do it, because this is as high as his value is really going to go. Do you know what I mean? Like
back to Chelsea, Jay. Let me ask. So Lewis, you're not linked to a single player? Because I actually tell Val sometimes, like, let's speak about Chelsea a little bit, but you haven't been even linked to anyone. I saw Matisse lose his mind when you drew to the Malaysian club over Tosin as well.
Tosin tax, but they are unbeaten Malaysian champions, 118-0. So I gotta respect it a little bit.
Can you stop? Can you stop?
Hey, they're the ones that didn't want to go to penalties because they wanted to preserve their record.
Hold on. Malaysian.
Johor Darus Salam. Are you serious?
Yeah. They're Malaysian champions. They scored 110 goals in their league last
Name
season.
one Johor player right now.
Oh, fuck knows, brother. I'm just going through the stats. Like, they're 118-0. Is what it is.
I heard Matisse say that, what's his name? Xabi Alonso made Isugo captain over Tosin. Like, just
yeah, if there's ever been a sign that says, get out of my club, it's that. The uncle memes are gone now. We've got Henderson.
Are you not worried about the fact that you haven't beaten anyone in preseason?
No, we beat AC Milan. But yeah, preseason ain't been great. It's been all right. But AC Milan was like the only game where I thought we actually looked well drilled. Like the back five seems like there's a lot of good potential behind that. Palestra and Neto as wing backs, they both had very good games. You slap Rodgers, Palmer, and João Pedro into the attacking midfield in 9 positions. There's a bit of potential there. And obviously, back 3 is Chelsea heritage. But we're not really linked with anyone. Like Alex Scott, we had a bid rejected for him. And we might end up going back for him later on in the window. But Bournemouth don't really want to sell. We've had links with Scalvini and Thomas Araujo for like the centre-back. But we haven't really moved on them either. And yeah, it's just been quiet on the incomings front. We got Shavari in through the line. So now we got 2 left-backs. Rodgers obviously got done. And we got Welbeck and Henderson in and Lacroix. Like, a lot of the work has already been done. Now it's just 2 more signings that I think we need. Get me another midfielder.
Now I'm going to ask you the question I ask you every summer. Expectations of Chelsea this season? It seems like you're not going to buy anyone else, let's be honest. Seems like it.
Well, you know me. I always want Chelsea to be competing for the league. But if you want me to ask why I think Chelsea will be, it will probably be around 3rd or 4th this season. And like, cool, but 5 years of Clear Lake. Sorry, the only thing that will impress me is going for the title. I'd like to see if we could do that with 1 game a week. But you know what? As a Chelsea fan, I've learned, and I should have learned from last season, don't say anything until Christmas has passed. Because we always seem to die by Christmas. So, yeah, we'll see what Chelsea's got this season. I think we're going to have a much better campaign than we did last season. But to what level remains to be seen, and also depends on the end of this window too. You get a centre-back, you get a good midfielder, there's a lot of good potential for this campaign. But this time, I want Chelsea to just show me it. All I know is I won't be happy unless it's a title race. That's the way it's always going to be with me. So we'll see if we get that.
I think you're delusional, but we will let that go for today.
That's
Arsenal
what
are going to
Chelsea
win.
should be.
Arsenal are going to win the league again, is what Carl says. Yeah, even Jay the Glazer said it.
I think City's going to win it.
I don't even believe it.
I believe it, man.
With Rodri leaving?
Yeah, I mean, with Rodri leaving,
depends on how they bring him. Yeah, man, I believe Erling Haaland, man, the robot. And they got world champion Gaffer as well, man. Like they're still going to be up there.
The one thing I would say is that
I mean, you said they will be up there, but you didn't say they're going to win the league. Arsenal are going to.
Oh
win
no,
the league.
I've said I think Man City win the league.
Okay.
I like Chelsea's. I think Chelsea arguably have the best attack in the league. Maybe.
Up there.
Maybe City, probably.
Yeah,
City.
I'm looking at
No,
City. If Liverpool get Barcola as well, they'll be up there too.
Like on paper, there are many teams 2 seasons ago that had a better front three than Liverpool, but when you have a nuke up top, it's different.
Yeah,
I think Rodgers, Palmer,
when you've got Haaland up top, bro, you've got to respect.
Haaland, Doku, Semenyo.
Speaking of aura, that's infinite aura right there.
Yeah, but when you have a nuke up top and then you
That's true. You can't even deny it. He got aura.
It doesn't help. It doesn't help at all. I mean, you can have a nuke all you want up front. If you're conceding in your defense, if you're winning teams 5-4, 4-3, 5-4, you're reducing your chances of winning the league against any team at all in the league who's winning.
Yeah, but that's because Pep would never really defend like that. Maresca has shown at Chelsea that will be pragmatic if he has to.
I'm not saying he won't be. I'm just saying based off what we know of City, we can only go by what we know of how City has always played, right? Because again,
but that's off a different manager now, isn't it?
I know, but from the manager's perspective, he played that way at Chelsea with the players that he had. Now he's in City with a different type of players. He's got the Semenyos and the Coles and this. Playing that back five and trying to defend with Semenyo as a wing back is not going to be a pretty sight at all. We all know Semenyo is not a wing back.
He didn't defend in a back five. It was a back four.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, look, I get it with City. If it was Pep, I'd hear that because they'll still go high line for life and all of that shit. I don't think Maresca will do that. I've seen at Chelsea in the run-in for 24-25. The only reason why we went on a good run to the end of the campaign was because we dropped back.
Tell this guy in the black shirt North London is red.
North London forever.
Hey, listen, yeah, it is currently, and I'm not necessarily sure that's going to change next season, but holler at me in 28-29 for this belt to ass. Potentially, or
this Zerbi project.
It gives me 2 years to hide on YouTube if it doesn't come true. Do you know what I mean? So it is what it is.
City are gonna find out Jan 2, March. January 2, March Maresca. Okay.
Yeah. No, that was a very bad period too.
I still think Maresca was scapegoated a lot, man. Some of these players are getting away with murder. To be fair to Lewis, even though he used to annoy me with the Caicedo stuff to do it on purpose, but he called out Palmer last season, Lewis, and he has actually held him accountable. So some of these players, now with Alonso Khalas, there's no excuses. All of them have to perform. End of. That's the truth. And even Lewis himself said it. So he even
bro. I expect like 5 years of this project. I want a title race, and if we're not getting that, what the fuck have you spent $2 billion for?
There are teams I don't care to talk about. Teams I don't mind. Teams I dislike because of the fans, manager, or their tactics, Arsenal. Or teams I tolerate like Chelsea or City. You know what's funny to me, African Cat? You're a subscriber. You're a Liverpool fan as well. How does a Liverpool fan tolerate Chelsea and Man City but hate Arsenal? I think this is a social media narrative. I'm not real life. No Liverpool fan should tolerate Chelsea if they grew up on Benitez Mourinho. And they were there in the slip game. and they took Fernando Torres, and they wanted to take Steven Gerrard, and they took Caicedo. You know how many reasons there are to hate Chelsea as a Liverpool fan? There's a lot of reasons to hate Chelsea as a Liverpool fan. They even beat us in the Carabao Cup final, where Stevie G scored an own goal, unfortunately. But they beat us as well in finals at Wembley. Now, they don't beat us at all at finals at Wembley, but that's a different topic. Drogba, 2-1, when he bullied Jose Enrique. There's many reasons to hate Chelsea as a Liverpool fan. City, they beat us to league title twice with 1 point. I think you guys are allowing social media to consume your minds. 4 years ago, had I said I don't hate Arsenal when they were in 8th place, no one would have had a problem with it. But because they won the league, you're supposed to just de facto hate them. But I don't hate Arsenal.
Quick question.
For me, Arsenal and Spurs is the same thing. I hate Man United, I hate Chelsea, and I hate City. And of course, I hate Everton. The others, they're all the same. The other 15 clubs in the league to me are the same exact thing. I don't love them and I don't hate them. I'm like, okay, like, whatever.
This super chat is very funny though. It says, I dislike because of the fans, the manager, and their tactics. You hate the club in general. You hate everything. Because if you hate the man, did you hate Arsenal when Unai Emery was my manager? Did you hate Arsenal when Freddie Ljungberg was my interim manager?
No one hated Arsenal then.
Half of those things.
Oh yes, yes, and yes.
Yeah, no. You are different. We have a rivalry. I'm talking.
Oh yeah, I'm just clarifying that.
Yeah, no. If you did not hate my managers, I'll be worried for you, Flawless. I'll be very worried for you.
Yeah, but guess what, Flawless? That's because United and Arsenal are rivals. We ain't rivals.
It's the same way Chelsea. If Chelsea fans don't hate Arsenal, the way they hate Arsenal, I'll be worried for them. I'll be like, what's going on here? Tottenham fans, same thing. But
if we went back to the early 2000s, a lot of Liverpool fans probably had Arsenal as their second club because they were facing United.
Dislike. Sorry, African cat. Dislike.
We never. By the way, growing up in the 2000s, if you spoke to a Liverpool fan, no Liverpool fan wanted United to beat Arsenal to a league title because their fans are annoying, bro. What are we doing here? Who hates a football club because their fans are annoying? Hate the whole institution.
Every fan is annoying.
Come on, African cat. Come on. Anyway, big up to all of you guys. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. I've added Jay's channel in the description. Agenda versus Facts is now in the description. I'm going to be in all the descriptions of the A-listers, inshallah. So go give subscribe. He's going to drop an Arsenal video first, the Glazer. Subscribe to the channel.
I know, yeah. And to be fair, the premise of it is, are they overhated? And obviously you'll have to watch the video to work out what my conclusion is to that point. But it's interesting to do the analysis because there's little things like, for example, when Arsenal fans think about Declan Rice's sending off and Trossard's sending off versus when other fans say letter of the law. But then when Arsenal say letter of the law, to other fans then be a little bit hypocritical. So it's actually quite interesting to look at all the little instances that lead Arsenal to think that they're being, badly treated, but then to see it invert on set pieces again with how much leniency Arsenal got in relation to other teams. So it is quite an interesting video. I'm sure you'll all like it when it drops. But thank you very much for the likes and subscribe. I'm still getting used to the language, the verbiage, but yeah, I'm sure I'll pick it up.
The verbiage. Only Jay, me and Flawless, same reaction. The verbiage.
I got me on Google trying to figure out what the word means. Jesus.
Verbiage. You could have just said like the words, the lingo.
Let him show off his vocabulary, man. If my vocabulary was that extensive, I'd do the same thing.
Jay wakes up every day, looks at the dictionary, and he chooses like 3 words he must say today.
That's right. We should all do that, man. We should all be trying to better ourselves.
Actually, I'm tired of Jay. I'm gonna Google if verbiage is actually a word.
Of course, it's a word. How dare you?
Don't you know that Jay reads the encyclopedia?
Verbiage means speech or writing that uses too many words or overly complex language. Jay, like and subscribe is not complex.
No. I said overly complex verbiage. Do you know what I mean? So it's like. So I'm gonna try.
Guys, like and subscribe. That's the verbiage of the day. No need to subscribe to Flawless because we're gonna take you to Flawless. So don't even go anywhere. Just stay here, and we're gonna send you to Sarkam Sit TV, and then go subscribe. All the links are in the description. Love you all, and peace out, babies. That's the verbiage of the day. Cheers. Go over to Sarkam Sit TV. Verbiage.